Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. We are back with our regular Seattle Kraken franchise series. It is currently January 24th of 2022. And the Kraken have turned it around. Since our last stream, you may remember we were really struggling at the start of the 21-2022 season. We had signed Alexander Ovechkin to hopefully come in, but he was getting hurt. Connor Hellebuyck has been playing pretty poorly, and nothing was really going well. Well, now you can see right now we are currently sitting at 28-14-9 for 65 points. We are third place in the Western Conference. In our division, we are in third as well, because Dallas and the Nashville Predators are ahead of us. But overall, if we click on our standings, we can see in the league, we are the number 6 team. Big changes this year. Well, we got a plus 27 goal differential. At home, we're 15-7-3, and on the road, we're 13-7-6. Honestly, you can't really ask for too much more from the team. So how and why has this happened? Well, let's take a little bit closer look. If we bring up our schedule, you can see we had a rough start to the year. Shootout win, and then we went on quite a few losses. We grabbed a few more wins and more losses before we got into a little bit of a win streak in October, kept the losses going, and things were looking pretty bad into early November, which is about where we last left off. Since then, I was letting it sim through. Alexander Ovechkin got hurt. We started relying, hopefully getting a few more guys going, and that actually paid off. You can see here we hit a very long winning streak from November 13th through the 21st. Then we took a couple of shootout losses, but we kept racking up points until we finally lost December 6th. Overtime win, overtime loss, another regulation loss December 13th. And we've continued to rack up more wins than losses. Or if we're losing, we're at least going to shootouts, which has drastically changed our outlook. So why has that happened? Well, we haven't really done a huge amount other than the fact that we made one trade. If you were following us on Twitter, which is at Franchise Hockey, you would have seen we put Matthias Ekholm on the trade block, and we eventually got an offer from Ottawa for Peter Pollock. Peter Pollock is a 20-year-old, 5'10", 204-pound right-wing, left-wing center who's playing for the Belleville Senators. He was originally their first-round pick in 2019. He was drafted 12th overall. We nicknamed him Puck because Peter Puck, if you don't know the reference, do a little bit of Googling, you'll find that out. And you can see he has promise. He's actually increased to a 1-star. He was at 0.5 when we did trade for him. In 17 games with Greensboro, he's got 3 goals and 1 assist for 4 points, 21 minutes. Not bad considering he's got a big increase in play time. Basically, he's a long-term project, but we were not going to keep Ekholm anyways. He was a free agent at the end of the year. We have a couple guys who could replace him, so we let him go. So we kind of like the way how that's been going. Since then, it's going to let this reload. We also added Cody Donaghy, who Ottawa dropped, who's a 1.5-star, 2-star potential defenseman, basically to be our new 7th defenseman. As you can see, Ovechkin keeps getting hurt, so we actually have him on the trade block just because he's been up and down. Cal Foote got hurt for a little bit. He just got back from injury. So looking at our roster, as we can see right now, Semi Niku, who's one of our top defensemen, is actually out hurt for 4 days with a knee contusion, I believe, knee soreness. So he's turned it around as well. So let's look more at our points. If we go to contracts, because we've had some guys come up and down, we can go to stats summary, and we can see, okay, through 51 games, Kyle Connor's leading our team at 44 points, which is great. 23 goals, 21 assists. Jesper Rat, our top 2 guys from scoring last year, right behind him at 40 points. Adam Marchations picked it up. He was number 3, I believe, as well. He's got 40 points, 12 goals, 28 assists. Jordan Eberle up to 38 points. So he only had 2 more last year, so he's well ahead as our number 1 center. Nick Suzuki's up to 32 points. He had only 17 last year in the games he played with us, which is just 10 games shy, so he's had a great increase. Brett Howden, 22 points, a little bit down. Rasmus Dahlin beat last year's total already. He's at 21 points in 2 less games. Christian Vesalainen, he's at 20 points. He only had 26 last year. He's already got double his goals. That's really good. He's really helped improve our third line. Sami Niku, again, 20 points, had 26 last year. Tag Thompson, 18 points already, had only 17 last year in 2 more games, so great. Cal Foote, right on the same kind of track, 15 points, 20 points last year. Silverberg, 14 points already, had 19. He should beat that, hopefully. Madison Bowie, 13 points, 18 points last year. One of our rookies, undrafted free agents, was Sebastian Sorensen, who we brought up basically because we knew we were going to need a winger. And we can see he had 141 points with Lethbridge in the WHL last season. We signed him, brought him in. He's 2.5-star talent, 2.5-star potential. Through 51 games, he's got 11 points. Not bad for a guy who's primarily played 4th line. He's moved actually up to the 3rd line, but he's averaging 939 ice time. So would I like to get a little more production for him? Sure, but are we unhappy with what he's doing? No, he's doing great, especially for an undrafted guy. We have also had Noah Gregoire up, who's put up 9 points in limited ice time, 840 we can see here. Nate Bastian, also I believe a free agent. No, okay, he was on our minor league team last year, my bad. He's put up 9 points so far. And Cody Donahue was a guy who we grabbed on waivers from Ottawa after we traded them with T.S. Ekholm, has 1 assist in limited time. Alex Ovechkin, probably the biggest disappointment. We're paying him $7.5 million. He's only gotten into 18 games, and he's only got 5 assists. Not great at all. So what are we going to do? Well, we're at the end of January 24th. I still have kind of held back on the trade block. He's playing well enough that I'm not really thinking about trading him. But if we get a really good offer, maybe we'll let him go. I also put Ovechkin on the trade block, but at $7.5 million, I don't really see us moving him. I think he might also check the contract status. He does have a no movement clause as well. But he might be willing to that if we don't play him anyways. We don't have him in. I'm actually going to send Joey Anderson down right now so he keeps playing. Oh, I got to put him on waivers? Oh, I don't know if I want to lose him on waivers. 30 points in 41 AHL games. I'm going to try sending him down. It's worth it. Okay. So we have a game right now versus Winnipeg. Winnipeg won the Stanley Cup last year, basically on the strength of their goaltending. Which reminds me, there is one other thing I did. I made a trade. We had the rights to Isaac Radcliffe, and who wouldn't sign with us because he wanted too much money, and a defenseman who we went and lent over to the KHL. I traded both of them away to Boston, and we got a 1st round and a 3rd round pick out of Boston for that. So we now have 2 first rounders and a 3rd round pick because we traded ours away previously last year. So we restacked for the draft. So I feel really good about this, to be honest. Further questions. So we have Peter Pollock. Peter Reynolds, who was our 1st round pick last year. He's lighting up the QMJHL. He's got 72 points in 35 games. So that's great to see. Hopefully he won't be too long before he's on our team. Just checking to see if there's anyone else of interest. Janssen Harkins is playing pretty well. 37 points in 55 games in the AHL. Derek Gentile, 25 points in 56 games. Nothing spectacular about those numbers, but nothing bad either. Cole Fonstad was another guy who we picked up from as a overage WHL player. He had 94 points last year. This year he's got 37 in 49 games. So awesome. He's doing great. We also picked up Thomas Vale, who's our number 3. He was trying to play in the AHL, but he just wasn't getting the ice time, so I sent him down to the ECHL, and you can see here by his stats, he's actually kicking pretty good butt. He's got 25 points in 48 games, which is substantially better than he did last year. Last year, he only had, in 7 games, he only had 2 points, so it's good to see him get back up. His scouting still says he can keep climbing up, so that's good. Other things I've done. So some of our guys didn't turn out quite as good as we thought who we drafted, but some of them are doing a little bit better. We've added some more scouting. I believe I added some more scouting. I basically put some more guys on permanent contracts. So you can see here I have a long list of guys on permanent contracts. So we have guys scouting the QMJHL, the OHL, the American Hockey League, NCAA Division 1, the WHL, free agents, the USHL, and then let the AI handle everything else and try and cover everything else. But this will hopefully give us a little bit more clear draft ideas, especially in the Q, where it seemed like we were lacking scouts and not getting as good a readings as we should have. So hopefully this helps out a lot on that. So for the most part, I've just kind of been simming my way through, not really playing games, because again, we are still building. I mean, we currently have 43 guys under contract. Keep hoping some good stuff happens here. We do have some guys. The biggest thing we have to look at is our upcoming free agents. We can see, like, for instance, our backup goalie, Philip Gustafson, is going to be a free agent. Thomas Val is going to be a free agent. Ovechkin's going to be a free agent, but I think we're going to let him walk. Hopefully we can maybe actually even trade him. Karch Backman, Jordan Eberle. But some of these guys want some really big contracts, which is disappointing. So, for instance, Adam Marchation is putting up big points. What does he want if we try to renew his contract? He wants 4.68 for 4 years. You know what? That's actually reasonable. I'm going to meet that demand. For being our third or fourth line guy. What does Jordan Eberle want? He doesn't want to renew his contract. He is very upset with us. Why so upset, Eberle? He's unhappy with his ice time. He's playing about 15 minutes a night. Well, that's too bad, but I'm not going to be too worried about him, especially if you have a guy like Peter Reynolds coming. And if we have Marchation signed, so that gives us one guy. We still have Nick Suzuki playing as well. Noah Gregoire is probably going to want way too much money right now. Yeah, I don't feel like paying him $1 million for the amount of production he's got. I mean, he's only got 9 points in 48 games. Thomas Val, I do want to... He wants just a little bit more than what his... what he has to get paid, so let's sign that. And what does Gustafson want? He's played well this year. He's put up a .918 save percentage, 1 shutout, 11 wins and 5 losses. Not bad stats at all. He only wants $790,000 for 3 years. Done. That's a good money for our backup goalie. Oh, but he's happy with his... He's not our starting goalie. He's kind of a backup goalie, but he's a prospect. Ask response. Okay, he's cool with that. Awesome. And so that covers up some of our free agency gaps. And we got this game versus Winnipeg. We're just going to play it out. Everybody's at 100% fitness, which is good. So we'll let Hellebuck start, sim it out, and we, of course, lose because that seems to be what happens on some of our streams sometimes. So Alex Nejovic, who's playing for Winnipeg, gets the win. We only get 17 shots on net, giving up 34. We lose 3-1. Disappointing, but what are you going to do? Took some penalties. Jordan Eberle scored, assisted by Jesper Bratt. All right, continue. We'll keep an eye on Eberle, see if he'll be willing to deal. Otherwise, we might have to wait till he's a free agent and then kind of see what his thoughts are. But we're not going to pay tons of money for him. Okay. So Frederick Allard got claimed, but Joey Anderson did not. Awesome. Marchation signed. Thomas Vale signed. Awesome. And a deal of Dennis Mulligan gets traded to New Jersey along with Robert Harland for Damon Severson and Milos Manek. Alright, not bad at all. Game versus LA. We're in LA. LA, of course, is just behind us, 64 points. So literally 1 point separating us. Since Hellebuck played, we're going to put Gustafsson in net. Both of them are on 4.5s, which means even though Gustafsson's only a 1.5 rated ability, he's actually playing closer to, I don't know, at least a 2.5 star guy. So that's good. He's playing well above his head, playing against Jonathan Quick. You know, 918 save percentage. You can't really complain too much. Send the game out, and guess what? Gustafsson came out and won that game for us. Only gave it up 1 goal. We win 2-1. So who scored? Well, Nathan Bastian, who we're talking about, and assist by the former Ottawa defenseman Cody Donaghy. And then Jordan Eberle, Kyle Connor, and Jesper Bratt score again. Awesome. Gotta love it. Our biggest thing that we seem to be succeeding on is we do have depth all the way down our line. So if we're losing somebody, it's not somebody significant. And just because we can, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try. We got Ovechkin. Can I put him? I can't shop him because he has a no movement clause. Yes. Question someone might ask in the chat. I know some people are watching, but haven't seen anyone post anything yet. So if you do have any questions or want me to talk about something, please just let me know. And I will answer if I can. A couple more guys. Okay, so Evgeny Dadonov, who's playing with Florida, who's just kind of fallen off. He's only a 1-star talent, 1-star potential. Only gotten 6 games, back on waivers. And Eddie Pasquale, former Winnipeg Jet prospect. Was actually originally with Atlanta, I guess, and is back with Nashville. Made his way into the NHL as a 1.5-star goalie. But you know what? He's been bouncing up and down, so good for him. Sami Niku is getting close to return to contract, but because he's been a little bit injured, we're not going to rush him back. Game versus Minnesota. We'll leave Hellebuck in net here. Playing against Devin Dubnyk, who's not had a good year at all. 26 games played, only has 8 wins, 894 save percentage, so not a great season. You can see our games, though, have been kind of up and down. 6-5, 5-4, 2-1, 3-2, 4-2, 2-1. Just all over the place. Minnesota sitting at 53 points, we're at 67. They've actually scored slightly more goals than us, but we've got more power play goals. We've also got 2 shorthanded goals, so not bad at all. Simmed out, and unfortunately we get our butts kicked and lose 6-3. Ouch. So what happened here? Who had a bad game? Luke Martin, Madison Bowie, Kyle Connor. Well, when 2 of your top defensemen have bad games, that's never a good thing. So Kyle Connor got a goal, but didn't do much else. Oh, another assist. We did add another shorthanded goal. Nick Suzuki. Okay, part of it might be because we have Cody Donaghy playing bigger minutes than he probably should, because I just used him as a replacement for Sami Niku with one minor switch. So that's probably not helping at all. hopefully we can still turn this a little bit more around. And we can see Jared Gallant is getting threatened to be fired by Vegas. And we can see Pittsburgh is getting ready to fire their head coach, Mike Sullivan. All right. So what I'm going to do now, because Sami Niku is close to getting back, I'm going to replace with Niku for Cody Donaghy, get back to strategy, and move Sami Niku back to our number 2 pair. I didn't change anything else, which probably hurt our number 2 power play. And our penalty kill as well. Which is maybe why we're giving up 6 goals a game. And so Sami Niku is almost pretty much healthy. And Tyler Emamatos decides to stay with Florida. Alright. Upcoming free agents. It's kind of sad that our captain won't talk to us at all, but can't do too much if he won't do anything. I know when we initially went and asked him for an offer, he wanted a stupid amount of money, which is probably part of the reason why he's upset with us. He is our number 1 center, but he is only a 3-star guy. Goldeneye76 says, "Hey, how's it going today?" It's going okay, Goldeneye. It's going okay. We could do a little bit better, but it could be worse too. So our final game of January, we're going to put Fredrik Gustafsson in net. Hopefully he can steal us a win here against the Sergei Bobrovsky-led Edmonton Oilers. And we lose, unfortunately. We only get 18 shots on net and lose 5-2. Ouch. They go up 4-0 before we get on the scoreboard in the 3rd period. And by that point, it was just too late to rally a comeback. And now oh no, we just lost Luke Martin. That hurts. So, to the injured list. Let's take a look at our minor league team. Oh, Logan Stanley is finally back. 2.5-star guy. He got hurt at the start of the season and hasn't actually been able to get into games. Maybe we call him up, though, to replace Donaghy. Yeah, I think we're going to. Now replace Donaghy instead of playing Donaghy. So assistant's going to create lines. We got Dahlin, Foote, Niku, Orlov, Stanley, Bowie. I don't like that. Orlov's still going to play 3rd-line minutes. Just going to rebalance some of my ice times here, which I like doing, and just kind of let special teams run everything else. Alright, works for me. We're also at the end of January here, so we'll get a new development report, kind of see where everybody's at. See if anybody jumps. Probably not going to see big jumps, but we might see a few little jumps, which would be nice. And alright. Of course, I need to assign a number to Logan Stanley. He wants number 17. Nobody else has it, so it's all his. Development report. Nobody went down, so that's good. Peter Pollock went up. That's good. 3 spots. That's what I like to see. Oh, how's our... Forgot. Matt Legato, who's our last pick, has 85 points in 49 games with Acadia. Nick Wilkins. Oh, no, he's down to a 2-star potential. We've seen him at. Interesting. We'll have to watch that. Maybe we don't end up offering him a contract. All right, Kyle Connor's actually moved up to 3.5 stars. Awesome. Way to go, Kyle Connor. 3-star guy moved up to 3.5. And let's see. Adam Marchation moved up too. He was at 2.5. Now he's a 3-star guy. Awesome. Love it. Madison Bowie's up to 2.5, or was at 2.5. Okay, I'm cool with that. And Peter Reynolds seems to still be playing well. Probably end up being close to Kyle Connor. I am quite okay with that. Okay, game versus St. Louis. We'll keep Connor Hellbuck in net, sim it out, and we lose in overtime, which isn't actually too bad because we lost our first game 7-0. Oh no, we won our first game 7-0. Okay, so we lose 3-2. Still okay with that. Stolares is in net for them. So all the goal scoring was done in the second period. Sami Niku scored, Nathan Bastian scored, and then it went to overtime where they scored on the power play because Tag Thompson took a penalty. That's disappointing. And how does our owner feel we're doing at 29, 17, and 10? Board confidence update. He thinks that the season has proceeded very promisingly so far, and the team plays much better than expected. The last few months, been happy with 7-4-3, and from a long-term perspective, he is happy that we are doing as well as we are. So let's take a look at where he is on the bar, because he's been kind of up and down. And we're back in the green, which means we probably won't get fired even if we kind of do terrible from here to the end of the year. And that's okay. And Mikhail Sergachev, 4-star defenseman, has re-upped with Tampa Bay for $5.111 million a year. 40 points so far this year in 56 games. Not bad at all. Game versus Toronto for us. Awesome. We'll leave Hellebuck in net, and hopefully he can get us a win. And we do win in overtime. We give up 48 shots and only get 20 on net. But we get the win, which is the most important. Went down 1-0, but then our guys stormed back to take a 2-1 lead. Austin Matthews, of course, ties her up. And it went to a shootout where Mitch Marner scored. Jacob Silverberg scored for us to keep it alive, and then Jordan Eberle scores the game winner. All right. Oh, we got a big trade and a bunch of guys on waivers. Keith Yandel's on waivers. Evander Kane is on waivers. Yeah, and Wayne Simmons is on waivers. Some nice veteran talent if you wanted it, but not something I'm caring too much about. Elias Pettersson is out for roughly 4 weeks. Ooh, intercostal strain. So what happened here? Johnny Gaudreau has signed. Calgary, okay. Ooh, $7.25 million for 7 seasons. It's big money. Well, if Jordan Eberle doesn't want to sign, I'm going to put him on the trade block too. Why not? See if we can recoup any assets for him. I forgot I actually had an offer for Evander Kane, although that was a little while ago. Evander Kane. Alexander Ovechkin. And it was only a defenseman whose name is escaping me at the moment. It wasn't really anything that I needed. So, Matthew, thanks for coming out. And we can see some more guys are signing as the trade deadline is slowly approaching. Continuing. I really don't want to move Eberle, but at the same time, if we can get something like a young centerman back for him, that would be tempting. Very tempting indeed. A couple of Colton Sissons wouldn't be bad, but don't really need them. Trade between Calgary and Vancouver. Cal Klang, half-star goalie, 3-star potential, playing in the British Ice Hockey League. All right, at the British Hockey League for Jake McCabe. All right, game versus Anaheim. The Ducks are second last place in the conference, so this would be a good game for us to win. Mr. Hellebuck, and we sim it out, and we do. We only give up 17 shots, win 3-0. All right, Logan Stanley buries his first goal for us. Assisted by Bratt and Kyle Connor. Cal Foote scores. Vesalainen picks up another assist. Nick Suzuki. Silverberg, Gregoire, Bowie. Just curious here. Just got to see something. So Suzuki is 3.5 stars, sitting on our number, what line is he on? He's our number 3 centerman. That gives me even more thought that we should move Eberle if we give him the chance. But our top guys have been playing together. They are playing well. And Jared Gallant gets fired from the Golden Knights in 2022. And Ryan Craig becomes a head coach. All right. At 72 points, we're really setting ourselves up to be in the playoffs, which is good. And we have a trade proposal from Ottawa. Interesting. Ottawa wants to send us Samuel Morin for Connor Hellebuck. And the correct answer to that is not a chance in this world. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've liked Samuel Morin in other ones, but we're not getting rid of Connor Hellebuck. Keeping him on the trade block seems to be working, keeps him hot, so why would we take him off? Or should we? Should we tempt fate and take Hellebuck off the trade block? If you're in the chat, tell me, do we take him off despite the fact he's playing really well? And the last time we didn't have him on the trade block, he was playing awful? Should I take him off? And trade proposal from Arizona. Arizona wants Alex Ovechkin and is willing to send us Luka Berzin. Tell me more about Luka Berzin. Playing for Fort Wayne Comets in the ECHL. 1.5 star guy, 2-star potential. He was picked in the 3rd round by Arizona. WHL guy. Was number 6 pick in the WHL Bantam draft. Interesting. Restricted free agent through 2023. Frequent visitor to the disabled list. Although being that we have a guy on a Cures Hunt says, no, keep him on. GoldenEye76 says, leave him on there. I think we're going to leave Hellebuck on. But this trade is interesting to me. Do we pick up Luka Berzin? 1.5 star, 2-star potential. I have no intention of keeping Alexander Ovechkin. He's not starting for us right now. He does have a no movement clause because I thought he was going to be less bad than he actually is right now. We get a 22-year-old prospect under contract. We only have him scouted to a B, which means he could be a little bit better or a little bit worse than what he actually is. That no movement clause is going to be few and far between. I think we should make this... Yeah, dump Ovi. Okay, yeah, we're going to make this trade. We're going to complete this trade. And alright, so we send Alexander Ovechkin to Arizona. We get a centerman back, Luke Berzin. Okay, our scouting level still says he's 2.5. I'll watch that a bit. We're going to keep him in the AHL, see how he does. And hopefully he does alright. What do we got sad guys for? Alright, game versus Chicago and Buffalo. Chicago's just behind us. Buffalo is probably at the bottom of the standings, knowing Buffalo. No, they're probably better than that. They're 5th. They're 26-28. Okay. That means we will start Gustafson tomorrow. Hellebuck simmed out. And, oh, man, we lose 5-2. See, Hellebuck knew we were talking about moving him off the trade list. So he put up numbers to be like, nah, you know you shouldn't do that. Alright. Oh man, Gustafson dropped some more heat because he hasn't played long enough, I guess. Disappointing. And so Casey Cizikas is back on waivers. Alright. Game versus Buffalo here then. Come on, Gustafson. Show us you can do it. And we lose, giving up 32 shots, only getting 13 on net. Oh man, that is disappointing. Jack Eichel. Let's see. A few more guys on waivers. Nobody really of interest to us. What we're building towards. Keep simming through this then. Gustafson maybe should be the starter for a while. You know, Gearson says, I can't believe it's 2022, actually. We're past 2021, and Arizona still has a team. And the Islanders and Maple Leafs make a trade. And we got a game versus Calgary, who is 11th. I've been actually rotating the guys back and forth quite a bit. And oh man, we lose again. So yeah, Gustafson's probably going to get a couple more starts here. We lose 3-0. Although you can't really blame our goalie when we don't score a goal. Some more trades. Nothing of real note. And trade proposal from Calgary Flames, who beat us, and now they want to talk about Jordan Eberle. They're offering 25-year-old center Blake Spears. He was putting up not bad numbers in the AHL, but he's only a 2.5-star guy and doesn't really have NHL experience. If they had thrown a pick in, I would probably consider that. For that, I'm going to reject it. Game versus St. Louis here. We'll put Gustafson in net. Sim out, and he actually gets the win for us. Only giving up 1 goal, we score 4. Awesome. Gregoire scores. Gregoire scores again. Jesper Bratt and Christopher Vassalainen. Awesome. I love seeing him starting to score more goals. That is very exciting. And we have a trade proposal from Winnipeg, who are actually playing in our next game. And so, what do we see here? Jets are willing to send us 22-year-old Martin Therevre, who's a 2-star talent, 2-star defenseman. I'm going to reject that trade super hard. Play this game out. Leave Hellebuck in net, sim it out, and we lose again, giving up 6 goals. Oh, man. Henrik Lundqvist has an easy time playing. Alright, let's see here. Griffin Reinhart is on waivers. Micro Mueller gets traded. Luke Martin is back soon. Also good. Bruins Duck agreed to a trade. Alright. Excellent. That's another day. We get closer to the trade deadline. Trade deadline is nearing. Yes, we know. February 26th. Alright, Pittsburgh is offering us a deal. They want to send us 19-year-old goalie Jesper Wallstedt. 3.5-star potential for Connor Hellebuck. I'm curious about this guy, but if he was better than this, I would probably say yes. 19 years old, though. Not bad. 6'5", big tall goalie just like the one we have, but he's not going to help us right now, so we're going to reject this trade. As much as I would like to make it. Hellebuck's better. Reject the trade. Game versus Minnesota. Gonna play this. Gonna put Gustafson in net again. Sim it out, and we get another win. Alright. Giving up only one goal. Win 3-1. Bastian scores again. Brad Suzuki. Kyle Connor picks up, almost getting to 30 assists. Nick Suzuki scores shorthanded again. Awesome. Love it. Alright, I just got to do one thing here, so sorry if the screen goes black for a minute. There we go. Back. And we can see quickly coming up on the trade deadline. Who's somebody who would be roughly... So what? Jordan Eberle is our captain, and he is 31 years old. Who would be a 28-year-old center type guy we could get? Might be able to get out the trade deadline. Or the question is, should I roll the dice and just dump him completely and try and pick up just a draft pick? Because I could do that as well. And let's see here. Oh, there, sorry. Ottawa made its trade and got Nicholas Jensen for Samuel Moore. Okay, game versus Anaheim here. Gonna put Gustafson in net again, because you know what? He's played well. And he gets us another win. We win 7-2. Ooh, that is a shellacking. Connor scores, Niku scores, Bastian scores. Orlov scores, Rasmus Dahlin scores, Eberle scores, Sebastian Sorensen scores. Alright, Sebastian Sorensen. And sorry, screen's gonna go black here for a second again. And there you go. Barzov? Barzov. Okay, trade proposal from the Islanders. Day before the trade deadline. And the Islanders want Jordan Eberle back. And they're willing to give Matthew Highmore, who is absolutely useless, reject that trade so hard. And let's see, so it is the trade deadline. And Cody Glass has a nice little story here. So he wrecks his one-of-a-kind car. Alright, and good thing he didn't get hurt. Alright, and just going through here. Alright. Cody's happy. Alright, good story. So, trade proposal. David Bednar for Connor Hellebuck. Reject that as well. Okay, so today is the trade deadline. S. Jodin 666. Hello, how's it going? It's going pretty good. How about yourself? We are currently sitting on the trade deadline of 2022. We have Jordan Eberle on the trade block, who hasn't got a good enough offer back. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year, and he doesn't want to make a deal with us. Despite the fact he is our captain, I think we got to move him. So let's just first off try shopping him around and see if we get any good offers. Probably won't, but Montreal is offering Thomas Nosek and a 7th round pick. Reject. Adam Samuelson, 7th round pick. Reject. Lawrence Dauphin. Reject. Gustav Nyquist. Reject. Morgan Barron and a 7th round pick. Reject. Alex Steen. Still putting up some points. Reject, though. Nick Pastua. Reject. Still rejecting. Alex Edler. Reject as well. The 7th round pick isn't worth it. Dmitry Kulikov. Ottawa offers. No, reject. Everyone knows he is going to be free agent at the end of the year, so they're not really excited about throwing him in. And reject that. Who's on the block around the league? Great question. Let's go to the front office, check our trading block. And nobody who I really want to add. Not adding Chris Letang at 34 years old. Not adding Kyle Oposko or Phil Kessel. We got our guys. Not adding Nazem Kadri. And it quickly falls off the hill shortly thereafter. Better question, upcoming free agents. So Sebastian Aho is an upcoming free agent. 57 points in 61 games. PK Subban is an upcoming free agent. Liam Nylander, who... I guess we had Alex Nylander before, right? Yeah, we traded him away. William Zer. Dylan Larkin would be an interesting guy to try and go out and get, but he's hurt right now. Henrik Borgstrom. We do have some guys up and coming, so maybe we just hold on to him and leave him be. Can I change something to get the ratings in the first window of a player? Annoyed to click again on every player to see the ratings. Great question. I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure it only defaults to that. If you want to look at ratings, yeah, I think you have to do the second click. I can't think of a way to do it myself. Let me just check setup options. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So no, but I will ask just to double check and make sure, but I do not believe that's possible. Alright, so we're not really getting what we want from there. It's disappointing. Upcoming free agents. Anyone else? Gregoire's got better with 14 points now. We're probably also going to let Jacob Silverberg walk. Let's just shop him around too, see if we get any interest. He's playing 4th line minutes. So, reject that trade. And reject that one. Not expecting much back, but I, kind of hoping I'd get something. I should have actually had him up on waivers sooner than this. Man, St. Louis is trying really hard to get rid of Alex Steen. Oops. Went through Mike Hoffman there, but I wasn't going to pick him up anyways. Everyone knows he's done at the end of the year, so why are we trying to move him? David Perron. I would rather reject that. What do we have up and coming? Who could replace him immediately? We don't have anyone called up, so let's look at Greensboro. Derek Gentile's up to 3 stars, so he could probably jump in. Jansen Harkins is at 41 points. Hudson Ilnuk could jump in. Okay, we have some guys who could come up. How is Greensboro doing anyways? Their standing shows Greensboro is second in the Atlantic Division, 36-21-8, so they're playing extremely well. And in the ECHL, we can see Atlantic City Boardwalk Bullies are 39-21-4 for 82 points, playing really well as well, just buried in a deep conference. Alright, so we do have some guys we can move. Okay, so let's just... Silverberg is a right winger. So who needs a right winger? Prefer to deal him out of the conference, but... Wow, nobody's looking for a right winger. Alright, Buffalo's looking for... Okay, I'd like to see him get a few more points. Okay, so let's add Silverberg to the trade. And Buffalo can't accept that much. What does Buffalo have? What would they be willing to deal? Kyle Posko still has got 2 years left at $6 million. Yeah, not eating that contract. Alright, Buffalo. Okay, what about... Oh, we already got Boston's first round pick. They're not worth anything to us. Okay, how about Philly? Philly... Silverberg would look good in Philly. As for the first round pick, what's the worst they say? This offer is too weak. Alright, fair enough. What if we offer them Matt Legeo? I think they will probably accept that offer. Interesting. Offer trade, and no, they won't quite do that offer. Even though I like Matt, at 1 star, he's not going to help us a lot. Here's our current lowest bill. Okay, what if we grab... and add Terry Posty to that. Still need to increase the offer a little. Come on. Okay, we have an extra late pick this year, don't we? Yeah, we got 2 7th round picks, so let's offer Montreal's 7th round pick. Still need to increase it a little. Are you serious? Okay, I offer them a 6th round pick and take away the 7th rounder. Nope, won't do that. Offer them 2 7th round. Okay, still just... They really don't want to give up that 1st round pick, huh? Alright, let's not take the 1st round pick then. Let's instead ask for their 2nd round pick. Or Florida's pick. Oh man, who do they have? Florida is up high. Philly's up higher. Okay. So let's ask for Florida's pick. And try and throw in a 5th rounder too. Or 4th rounder? Alright. 2nd, 5th, and 4th rounder. Offer trade. Okay. They won't do that. Let's ask 2nd and 5th. And they will do the 2nd and 5th. Alright, so we give up Jacob Silverberg and Terry Posty, who we really don't need, who's a 1.5-star guy who's under contract, and the rights to our former 7th round pick this year, who's putting up tons of points in the QMJHL, but he's only a 1-star guy. I really don't. I'm just going to try to remove him, see if they'll still do it. Oh, they will still do it. Okay, so we're going to hold on to him for right now. Finalize that trade. And Philly actually puts German Rubasov on waivers. And I'm half tempted to claim him. Alright. We take the draft picks. So that means we need to call somebody up. So who's got the most amount of points? And that'll probably decide it. Dylan Dubeda is a 2.5-star guy. 54, 48. Carl Fonstad's right there too. Guy who can play all 3 spots. You know what? I'm going to call up Cole Fonstad right now. I got a good feeling about him. Another free agent we signed, WHL overager. And alright, so let's get him in the lineup. We've actually dropped a ton of our salary too. We're just going to let the assistant recreate the lines, and I'm still going to change it a little bit. So Fonstad actually leaped over Sebastian Sorensen. Interesting. And alright, I'm actually okay with that. Game versus Vancouver tonight. We're going to play Hellebuck this game. Sim it out, and we lose. Come on, Hellebuck. What are you doing? We go down 3-0 in the first period. Nobody scores in the second and the third period. We get within 2 before everything goes terrible. Cole Fonstad picks up his first assist. Vassalainen has 26 points this year, so he's tied his same amount of point total as last year, but with way more goals. And he's a plus 15 versus a minus 15 last year. Brandon Sutter had a great game. Alright. Boo. That's not great. It's not bad. It's just not great. And so player needs to be assigned number because I forgot to assign a number to Cole Fonstad. He wants 24. He can have it. And some more trades happened. Ryan O'Reilly gets moved to New York Islanders for Evan Fitzpatrick. Wow. Oh, 2 guys who we're familiar with from other. Jason Dickinson gets traded for Dmitry Kulikov. Oh, Case McCarthy, former FHM 3-star. A 7th round pick for Jake McCabe and Calvin Jet Greaves. That is a sweet name. Calvin Jet Greaves. Awesome. And Darnell Nurse gets traded for Jake Bean. Interesting trade as well. Wow, Dallas seems to be bulking up on guys. Jack Adams moves to the Blues for Jaden Schwartz. Interesting trade. Oh, Luke Martin is back. Oh, hey, that's great. Oh, there's a trade. Jonathan Drouin, who ended up with Dallas, is now in Vegas with Genny Dadonov for Ladislav Hajek and Riley Smith. Wow. Big trade. Alright, so if Luke Martin is back, he was on the injured list. I'm going to replace Logan Stanley and put Luke Martin back in. I'm going to send Stanley back down because he doesn't have to... Oh, he has to clear waivers. Oh, I thought he didn't. Alright, I guess I can hold on to everybody right now. It's not really... We're sending him back down. I don't want to lose Logan Stanley. That would be disappointing. And we're going to just play up into March here, play this game versus Calgary, and we'll probably call that it for the stream. I'm not sure when my next Seattle Kraken franchise will be. It might be later this week. If it is, I'll sim up to the playoffs. We will be back on tomorrow night at our usual time, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. We'll be back with our Florida Panthers franchise. Alright, Players of the Month. Blah, blah, blah. Development report. Everybody's going up. Love it. Ethan Kappen up to 1.5 stars, 2.5 star talent. Dolan has moved up to 3.5 stars. Awesome. Jeff would tell me I worry too much about looking through each individual guy, but I like seeing if they make a sudden jump. Just for Brett, I like seeing guys go up. Peter Reynolds, 103 points through 49 games. Awesome stats. Awesome stats. Alright. Game versus Calgary and Vegas. Take a quick look here. Vegas is 13th. Calgary. Alright. That means we will start off. Gonna leave Halbuck in net. He's gonna get a win here or not. He's gonna take a 6-1 loss. Man. He just cannot catch a break lately. 1 goal scored. Oh, man. Every time you think you're doing something good, and then that happens. And so, board confidence update. Still happy with the fact we went 5-7-1. So that's good. Even though we didn't have a great month, owner's still happy. Playing this game versus Vegas. Hopefully we can end here on a high note. Gustafson in net. Submit out, and we win. Alright, 4-2 win over Vegas. Big win. Jesper Brad has 2 assists. Adam Marchation has a goal. Game-winning goal was scored by none other than Jordan Eberle. Cal Foote had a bad game, though. That's disappointing. Luke Martin scores in one of his games back. Second game back. Eberle scored. Teg Thompson. Adam Marchation. Love it. Goals coming through out the lineup. Always important. So thank you very much for tuning into this irregular stream. This stream, along with all the other Seattle franchise ones I've done, is up on youtube.com/OOTP Developments. If you want to talk to us about Franchise Hockey Manager, you can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. You can also find us on our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, and that'll take you to our official forums. You can talk about FHM, Out of the Park Baseball, or MLB Manager, or whatever else you want. And a bunch of guys of interest on waivers. Andrew Ladd, Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaff, and Dadanoff is back on waivers. Interesting. So the next time you'll see this game, we'll probably be right on the edge of playoffs, assuming we don't fall out of the race. But again, it's pretty tight here looking. Top place is 95, and then literally to 11th is 77 points. So we are not guaranteed to make the playoffs yet. Interesting and good to know. I will keep you up to date on Twitter, of course, if something really interesting happens. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all again next time.